First I need a NPN transistor. You can use any NPN transistor as your wish. I used here BC547. I put the transistor on the small breadboard and soldering it. This transmitter's cool part is coil. If the making this coil with wrong way, you can never create this FM transmitter. I take 24 WAG copper wire and warp 5 times. The coil has been created, but it was created incorrectly. The correct rule is to be, this coil will have the same straight line with both legs. The coil wide is 5 mm and height is 4 mm. I put the coil on this breadboard and soldering it. I have been using 22 picofarad capacitor to keep it coil frequency. I put this capacitor on the breadboard and soldering it. I am using 4.7 kilo ohm resistor from positive to transistor's base pin. That reason to active this transistor. I put this resistor on this breadboard and soldering it. I have using here 0.01 UF capacitor with base and ground. The reason to filter this transistor's base volt. I put the capacitor on this breadboard and soldering it. Also add a 0.01 nanofarad capacitor to emitter and collector pin. The reason to destroy more noise and more feedback. I put the capacitor on the breadboard. And the negative voltage to the transistor's emitter pin can be done through a 100 ohms resistor for a little bit volt. I put the 100 ohms resistor on this breadboard and soldering it. And at the end of all, I using 0.0 UF capacitor to filter 1.5 volt DC. My transmitter has been created. Again I will continue this. I have added positive and negative wire with transmitter circuit. I have used AA batteries here. This is perfect battery for this circuit. Entering more than 1 volt will destroy the transistor. The reason a negative volt is entered into the emitter pin and the positive volt entering the collector pin. This is my childhood FM radio. I am adding a speaker to FM radio and I insert the 12 volt of the FM's positive and negative wire, and FM is going on. My FM transmitter is now active and pressed the scan switch, and you can see the scan is still there. I hope I will get my FM transmitter signal here. Whew, I got. The signal is also 92.9 MHz. I want to play some music in it. If you want to play song, then you have to make some change to circuit. If you want to run the condenser microphone in it, you need to add a 1 megafarad condenser to the base pin of the transistor, and the condenser's other pin have to connect it to 10 kilo ohms resistor through positives. If you want to play music from an MP3 player, then the 82 kilo ohms resistor will be added to the output condenser. And I put the small antenna in it. This is my old headphone. I added this to the transmitter. And I added 0.5 cable to my laptop. And I played some LCS music. This process may change megahertz. The reason there is no crystal in it. You can see that megahertz has changed. Now the frequency is also 90.6 MHz. I think it is going to run on my mobile now. I found radio on my phone and opened the radio application, and I did loudspeaker on. After tuning, I selected 19.6 MHz and you can hear NCS music.